What up, IG? What's up, the Facebook? Let's give it a minute to get popping. Hey, family. Hey, y'all. Let's let it get a second to circulate and do what it's supposed to do. Up on here, up on here. Good morning. What's going on, IG? What's going on, world? Hey, Facebook. Y'all, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a while since I got a chance to get up on Facebook and IG and drop some information. So I wanted to talk today. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure as you join in that you say good morning. As always, it's your girl Sheree Robin, live and live in color. Simon & Schuster best-selling author, editor, publisher, literary coach, all-around word nerd. And it's been a little while since I've had a chance to get on and do some lives and share some information. But today I really want to talk about some behind the scenes stuff. I want to get into some nitty gritty about what's been going on with me. Good morning. Good morning. What's been going on with me? And some behind the scenes stuff on what it really means to run a six-figure book business, right? What does that really mean? What does that really entail to run? Good morning. Good morning, T. What does that mean? Good morning. Good morning, Roderick. What does it mean to run a six-figure book business? So, yeah, we'll give folks a minute to jump on in. And as you join in, make sure that you say good morning. If you're new to the gang, make sure you shout out where you're hailing from. And we're going to talk about this morning. I'm going to try to type it in the group chat, in the chat on IG as we talk about this. Good morning, Cole. Hey, family. We got some folks who are a part of my writing course hanging out. So this is building a six-figure book business, the lowdown, the behind the scenes, what that's all about. Good morning, folks. And man, it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. Hey, Brooklyn in the house. What's going on, Brooklyn? I am a Philly John down here in Atlanta. But I love New York. I got family in Brooklyn and Canarsie. So shout out to Brooklyn always. How's everybody doing this morning? And so I want to talk about some stuff. I want to get into this dialogue and talk about what it really means to build a six-figure book business and really what's been going on with me as I've been evolving and progressing in this business. So first things first. As always, I'm Sheree Robin, Simon & Schuster best-selling author, editor, publisher, literary coach. I'm like a super nerd, right? I have been a writer since I was 8 years old. I love all things literature. I love all things writing. And at this point, this is my 20th year as an editor. I have been editing for 20 years. I'm a master at this right here. I'm a master at this. Not only do I have my master's degree in English, but I'm also a master in this editing thing. I don't think there's much that I could get my hands on in the writing scope that I can't do something with. And so in that space, I get to live, eat, and breathe writing, right? So over the last 5 years, I've built this incredible business, right? This incredible team of editors whom I call my literary baes. That's my BAE, my badass editors. And we get to serve people in writing books. And so one of the, good morning, good morning. One of the most amazing things about the journey when it comes to helping people write books and helping people write their stories, for me personally, is like this eye-opening moment. Right. There's this moment that and I'm talking nonfiction, right? I'm talking nonfiction. I'm talking people whose books they want to tell a story. They want to share a message. Thank you, Dee. They want to help other people like Dee. They want to empower people with their story, with their life experiences. One of the most amazing moments for me is this like moment where people realize the magnitude of what they have to offer, right? It's like, I have a story to tell. I have 20 years of experience. I've been through this situation. I've overcome these hurdles. I've learned how to deal with these certain situations. I've overcome something. I beat back these generational curses. I've elevated my life. I've built my business from scratch. I was an underdog. I've made these major strides in life, right? And they do these things and then I want to tell people about it. I want to write a book about it. But then there's this moment when I'm working with my writers sometimes, and we have to come to this like revelation. Hey, good morning, Brian. Good morning. And we have to come to this revelation, like how powerful you really are. right? How powerful, how impactful your story really is, and how many people really need to know about what you've been through. That your life experiences, your message, your whatever you've overcome can absolutely help somebody and change their life. It can absolutely be valuable and beneficial to somebody. And I preach this from the mountaintops. I scream it loud and wide because I know, as a super nerd, as a 20-year, writer, as a 20-year editor, right? That when I started out in the game, it was like, oh, you want to be a writer? You're going to be a starving artist. You're going to be broke, right? There's no writers, you could be a teacher. You could do, this is what you're compartmentalized to, right? These few job opportunities are what's available to you. But God, right? But God. And I know that my experiences, what I know, what I've learned, what I've been through, my digging through the trenches, my figuring these things out, understanding book marketing, understanding positioning, understanding how to map out a manuscript, all of these things, right? I know for a fact that these things help and bless other people. D, for example, right? People who have been in my course, in my program, my writers, my authors, who I'm always screaming to the heavens about, and the work that they're doing, and the books that they published, and the things that they've accomplished, right? I get to yell and holler, right? I need a bigger bookshelf, right? So all of the amazing things. And D, don't let me stop, because I was out of commission when I got D's manuscript in the mail, but I wanted to take a moment to celebrate this, like these moments, right? Boom, when this actually happens and I get to see it and hold it and touch it and put it in my hand, and the writers actually bring this thing to life. This is an amazing, like, life-changing moment. So again, congratulations to you, D, for making this happen and for all that you've done in this space. But what I want to talk about, right, is that this is not it. This is not it. This is what I mean when I say, like, the truth about building a business, building a 6-figure business as an author. It doesn't just stop with this. It doesn't just stop because, boom, I wrote a book. My book is out here. I'm selling millions and millions of copies of my books. Oh my gosh, everybody's knocking down my door and wants me to be on the next this or the next that. That's not necessarily it. That's not where all your bread and butter is going to come from. Trust me, being a best-selling author, selling thousands of books with Simon & Schuster, doing what I need to do, it's great. I like my royalty checks, all that's fine. But you know what pays the bills? Do you know what allows me to live the life that I live, to travel with my children, to be home every day when my daughters come home from school, to be able to move as I please, to purchase a brand new car, to do the things that I do? It's not just because of book sales. It's because I learned how to package what I know and teach it to other people. Right? It's because I took that expertise, I took that knowledge, and in one place, it's here in one spot. It's in one form, one stream of income. It's in one spot. But I also teach it in courses, in programs, in curriculum. I also have a host of editors who teach this information. I also live my life poured out serving other people. So I digress. I'm going to go back to that moment, right? When my writers realized, oh crap, what I have is valuable, right? What I have, you're no problem, D. I love you, babe. Right? What I have is valuable. What I have to share is everything. I got this. I can teach people how to do what I do. D can teach people how to collect the cash, keep the coins in their pockets, right? But not only can she teach it like this, in a book form, but you can also teach it in workshops, in a course. You can also teach it through membership programs. You can also teach it through curriculum. There are so many other ways to extend these ideas, to stretch it out to more than just, I wrote a book, buy my book. I wrote a book, buy my book. It's bigger than that. So I say that to you because not only is it there, do we start with like, here's the book, here's this amazing idea, right? It's not just that. It is so much more than that. But when you get to that part, when you get to the part where now I have to create this something, right? Now I know that there's this book, this knowledge that I have, and I know I can teach it, right? You also in business have to learn how to teach it. Right? How do I put this on a platform? How do I market it, brand it, leverage it, automate it? right? How do I put it on autopilot? How do I put it out there so everybody can get to it and I don't have to enroll everybody manually? What happens when I run ads, right? There are so many other moving parts to being in business. It is not all just, I got this book and I'm about to be getting bank. It doesn't work that easy. Don't get me wrong. You're going to get your coins and you're going to do what you got to do. Lots of our authors, when I talk about the success that they've had and the things that they're accomplishing right now, Joanna, for one, is out buying up half of Baltimore right now. We got a meeting today to talk about her project, right? The amazing things that our writers are able to do. But it doesn't stop there. And in being in this business, I just want to educate you and tell you the kind of work that's really required, right? What does it really look like to run behind the scenes a 6-figure book business, right? You are an expert. You are the person with the knowledge. You are the person that people come to. You know what that means? It means your ish got to be tight. It means that you have to have things in order, in a row, organized. So when I talk about the things that I'm doing behind the scenes, it's not just Sheree, right? It's not just me. I have a whole system, a whole organized like structure of who is doing what. I have a COO who's on top of all of the clients who come in through the business. I have a virtual assistant who's automating sending out emails, making sure that people are getting all the touch points that they need. I have an executive assistant who makes sure that Sheree is being the master of my brain, that I'm not wasting idle time doing things that I can outsource or give to my virtual assistant to do. There are multiple people behind the scenes helping this business run, right? Oh, I do this for real, for real. Yeah, I do this for real, right? And there are so many things. And I just know that often people think that, oh, I'm just going to have this book and I'm going to make all this money. But there are so many other pieces that you have to fully understand. One of them is your money. Is knowing your money, knowing the products that you want to offer and sell, knowing the value that you put out there. What does a course cost? What platforms are you going to use? Right? In the Write Your Book, Build Your Brand coaching program that I had, we just had this conversation on Thursday, right? One of our writers is at that place. She's transitioning into getting ready to build her business. That's a question that she has. What's the best platform for me to host my course on? If you are out here like, I'm gonna write a book and then I'm just going to be a speaker, you should probably learn how to be a speaker. You should probably get in connection with people who teach speaking. You should probably understand how speaking works and how to get speaking opportunities. You should probably understand how teaching a course works if you're going to, you want to create one. You have to understand how billing systems work, right? Do you have a CRM? Do you have a system that manages all your clients, that sends out your contracts, that sends out your invoices? There are so many moving parts. So I say this because I promise y'all, I did not think that this is where I was going to go. I had no clue, right? I wrote my book. I had just been a nerd because nerding was what I like to do. Reading, writing, that's what it was. And then it was like, guys, like I got some stuff for you to do. I got some stuff for you to do. People keep coming to you. People keep asking you questions. Serve the people. Serve the people. But to get into position to serve, it's a lot of work. And I'm thankful. I'm blessed. We're blessed beyond measure. Last year, in the middle of a pandemic, my team and I hit our $500,000 mark in business. So we've made over $500,000 in business, which is like hell of amazing. When I started this business, in my basement, in my basement part-time by myself, but it all grows from the work that you do and realizing that it doesn't just stop with a book. Right? It does not just stop with a book. There's so many more things that you're going to learn. Right? When I think about Dee, thank you, Cole. Cole said Toastmasters for speaking. When I think about Dee and the conversation that we had, hey Jeremiah, and the conversations that we've had, like the program that she was in with me, that wasn't it. Right? There was just an introduction. This was like the beginning stages of everything that you need to know. Here's the groundwork for what you need to know. But in order for Dee to elevate to the next level in business, she had to move on to the next level in coaching, to the next level in support, right? You're going to move on to something else. You're going to invest in yourself some other way. Thank you so much. I'm consistently investing in myself. right? As I coach, we've got about 40 writers in the Write Your Book, Build Your Brand program. As I coach the writers, as I train the bays, I make sure that I'm signing up to get my butt coached too, that I have mentorship, that I'm in direct relationship with my accountant. Y'all, if y'all, nobody didn't ever tell y'all, like money is important, get an accountant. I had to get an accountant to look over the products that I was creating, the time I was putting into the products, understanding how much value was going into these things and what was actually being produced as a result. So often we want to just create something and put it out here, but out an accountant, right? An accountant, a virtual assistant, right? For me, having a COO was super, super important because I needed somebody as bright, as in tune, as intuitive, as much of an English nerd as I am. I needed that kind of person to oversee all of our projects. We've got about 20 different projects right now, 20 different writers working, 40 writers in our Write Your Book, Build Your program. So it's like 60 writers. Let me tell you, when I finished writing my book and got my deal, I was like, hey, I wrote a book. I didn't know that God was going to be like all the peoples. I need you to help and support all the peoples, to be present in all of these spaces. So I say this to you because we often think like it's going to be easy. I'm going to write a book and it's just going to be easy and everything is going to fall into my lap. But it ain't that sweet on easy street. It's really not. There is work required. There's work required of you in this space. So I always suggest, like, if you're writing and you want to start a business, then you connect with somebody like myself, right? You get into a program that teaches you not just how to write a book, but to build a business from your book, right? You get in relationship with a business coach. You connect with an accountant. You learn how to understand your money, right? What's going on with your dollars? How much money are you really making? If you made $500 a day, but it took you 100 hours to do that, is that really worth it? Right? Is that really worth it? Right? Can you put your systems on autopilot, on repeat? I never forget, I met this millionaire at this conference a while ago, and we were talking about what I love to do and my passion. And I was like, man, and I'm gonna teach this, and I got this curriculum, and yeah. And he was like, oh, I love that you're so passionate about what you do, Sheree. I can't wait till you step back from it. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, till you package it and give it away. And I was like, well, why the hell would I do that? This is my baby. What do you mean? I'm so confused. And he was like, oh, okay, right. Because right now you're so close to it. You're so close to it that you have to touch every single thing that moves through your business. And there's going to come a point in time where you're going to just automate what's in your head. And then you get to take a step back and just oversee that. When you can just kind of give that away. And I was like, I love writing. I love all my writers. What do you mean? There's no way. I'm gonna touch everybody, right? I'm gonna be all involved in everybody's project. And that's so not true. It is so not true. The devil is a lie. Well, like I said, 60 plus projects. We got 40 writers in the program, 20 writers working with bays right now. Like, there's no possible way that I myself, Sheree Robin, could touch every single project that's coming through the company. There's no possible way. So you know what that means, right? Do you understand what that means? It means that I have to do hella training, right? My team has to be sharp, right? As they would say, casket sharp. They have to be on point, on 1,000, as quick, as responsive. They have to be super trained, understanding everything about writing, knowing what to do when a client has a roadblock, knowing what it means when they're not demonstrating, a writer's not demonstrating their authority, or they're having a hang up with some part of the program. I had to train, take my intellect, who I am, unpack it, and train a team of other people to be able to execute this, so that I wasn't exhausted, so that I wasn't losing my whole mind, and there was enough Sheree left to be able to be a mom to a soon to be 16-year-old and a 10-year-old. A soon to be 16-year-old, soon to be 16, right? Unbelievable. But in all seriousness, if we constantly are thinking like it's just me, right? I'm going to write this book. Right. Thank you. If I'm going to write this book and then boom, this is it. I got this book and everything is going to fall in to place because I wrote this one book. You're limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself. There's so much more for you out there. There's so much more possible for you if you have a message, if you have something that people want to learn. But that's going to take work on your part. And I say this all the time because I never want to be that person who was like, yeah, just write the book and the whole world falls into your lap, because that's not how it works. There is so much that you have to learn it and you have to do. And in total transparency, these last couple weeks, I've been kind of MIA because I needed to take care of Sheree. Right? I needed some time to regroup and get myself together and take a look at what we'd created. This, like, my business coach, she calls it like this castle. She's like, you created this castle, and inside of this castle there's everything that a writer needs. Right? There's everything that you could possibly need as a writer. We've got editors, we've got coaching programs, we've got support, we've got mini courses, we've got workshops. Last week we did our first writers study hall, right? So I logged in and about 15 of the writers joined me at 8:45 and we wrote together for about 3 hours. They got so much work done in that short amount of time. Well, 3 hours is a long time, but we got so much work done. But all of this is in my castle. It's in this castle that I've built. And so now part of my job is to lower the gates. It's to lower the gates, to lay down the drawbridge, to invite people into what it is that I've created, because we've had such tremendous success, because our writers are out here kicking butt and taking names, and doing so many incredible things. So, but that's not easy, right? Somebody said, I would love to join. Absolutely. By all means, I'll make sure you send me a DM on Instagram or a DM on social media or Facebook if you're interested in joining the writers program. We have our monthly membership. We have the Write Your Book, Build Your Brand community, where you'll work alongside myself and the editors to help write your nonfiction book. So there's so many things that we offer, but it wasn't just I'm gonna create it, right? I'm gonna just put it together, right? It was so much more like, this has to be streamlined. This has to be done well. This has to be done with excellence and expertise. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm in an industry as an editor, as a book writer, as a publisher, that is inundated with white men, right? They just out here. The white men, Chandler Balt, Tucker Max, like, they've got it on smash. This is what they do. And when I see these companies and I see these other businesses, the one thing that I feel like they lack so much is people of color, right? Is one thing, but it's the compassion. It's the actual intimacy of having an editor give a damn about you along the way. It's working with writers who know that this issue is hard. That last Thursday night, when we did our study hall, there were questions that people were asking in the study hall that normally don't get addressed, right? We don't always have time to address these questions. And it was a question of like transitioning from one chapter to the next. Those are sometimes like the technical questions in writing that people never get to ask. They're not in a writing course. They're not talked about, right? Unless you're taking a college level writing program, not a quick hit, get it done kind of thing. So it was so important for myself and my team that we didn't just try to create something that looked like the white male players in the industry, but we created something that was our own, that allowed people to really understand what it is to write a book, to really get the support when you're writing about something that's challenging or that pushes you or that makes you dig down to that deep, dark hurt place that you tried to hide and didn't really want to talk about, or you're encouraged to share something that's life-changing with somebody else, right? We wanted to make sure that we were working in that space, in that heart content space, right? To actually help produce something that's really life-changing for other people. And so all of this isn't It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not quick. It's not fly by night, and I'm a victim of, just like everybody else, imposter syndrome. I'm a victim of social media influence, looking at other things and watching people click and drop and produce stuff. And I'm like, they're not even helping people with the damn book. They just, they just taking whatever book you got and slapping a cover on it. Like, I mean, and my feelings was getting really, really hurt. And God was like, that's not for you. That's not for you, right? What I have for you is for you. The people who I have called you to serve are who I've called you to serve. Stay in your lane and do what I've called you to do. And that doing, that working, is serious work. It is seriously respecting and being thankful for the gifts and the opportunities that I've been given, because I don't have to go and work a 9 to 5, because I don't have to go sit in somebody's office or clock in, because I get to make my own schedule and I get to impact people every single day of my life. So I have to take it very seriously. And I say all of this to charge you all with the exact same. Every single person who starts off saying, oh, I want to write a book. I want to write a book to help somebody else. I want you to understand what comes along with that, right? I want you to know the power that you yield in that space. Like, you are a game changer. You are a life-changing entity. You have voice, you have power. There's so much that's open and available for you to do. So I need you to know that writing the book is just the beginning of it all. It's just the starting point. You have to write the right book, right? That's one thing, right? We talk about this all the time. You have to write the right kind of book, right? Not just a memoir, not just here's what happened to me and to my life, but you have to write a book that's going to help other people. You have to write a book that has valuable nuggets in it, that has takeaways. You have to write a book that people are going to benefit from. We don't want to just hear your whole life story from page 1 to page 99, and nowhere in there are there takeaways for me as a reader. You have to have value and takeaways. And when you do that, when you position yourself, as TD Jake says, to be an answer, right? To be an answer for someone else, it's almost as if God is like, okay, that's what you want to do? I got you. Oh, you want to bless folks? You want to step into this role that I called you into? I got you. God will clear the way. He'll put the right people in your circle. You got to pray for them, though, and use some discernment to pick the right people, because I've had some bad ones. But it's like, the moment that you decide that you're going to do this, God is going to make a way. He's going to make a provision for you to do it. But it's important that you go about this course knowing that it's just like one step. Right? This is step 1. Writing the book is step 1. There's so much more that comes as a result of that, into teaching, into coaching, into mentorship. I promise you, I didn't think that I would be in this place. Good morning. I didn't think that I would be in this place, being able to have $10,000 offers. Right? I remember thinking, I remember the first time I figured out my hourly rate about 5 years ago, about 4.5 years ago or so. And my hourly rate, I did the math, right? I did the calculations, carried the one, and was like, okay, cool. With all the years of experience that I had and the writers that I've helped, this is 4 years ago at this point, I can charge $200 an hour for what I do. And someone needed a coaching call, a marketing strategy session, and I charged them $200 for that hour. And I was nervous. I was nervous about it. I was like, if I send this $200 invoice, are they going to pay it? Like, if I send somebody this, are they going to be like, what? This girl's out of her rabbit mind. And I sent it, and they paid it instantaneously, expeditiously, with haste. And I was like, what? I ain't never going back, Jesus. I'm never going back. But even in that, all right, cool. So I make that's my hourly rate. I knew that I still wanted to do more, right? I wanted to offer more services. And then I got my accountant, and we offered a 5K package. 5K package has all the bells and whistles, has everything that you need in this package. I'm like, I know that this thing helps people. I see the fruits of the labor, right? I see it. People got books published. They out here changing the game. They're over international coaches and speakers. They're doing this, right? But will people pay for this? Will people really pay $5,000 for my offer? Like, I'm second guessing. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm like, I don't know, God. I know you said it. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe. Is it possible? Is it maybe? And then I sold one. And then I sold a lot of other ones. Right? And I was like, I told you. I told you. And again, I share this with you because we start off thinking book. We start off thinking $20 product book. We do, right? One of my old coaches used to tell me all the time, Trey, what is that 10K offer, right? What is that thing that you can create and produce that's going to give people the ultimate results? If you could build it, what would it be? And it took me so long. I refused to build it because I was like, nobody's going to, I didn't see it. Nobody's going to pay for that. Nobody's going to pay for that, right? But now as we've crossed that $500,000 mark in the middle of a pandemic, I realize that I'm doing a disservice to people if I don't package my expertise in such a way to help them, right? We've got tons of authors moving through the program and they're writing, but you know what? They're still going to need additional business coaching. And if I don't teach them what I know, then I'm a damn fool. Then I'm a damn fool. If I don't prepare them for this world outside of writing a book, then I miss that opportunity and then I leave them open to whatever comes their way. So again, I'm sharing all of this with you this morning because there's so much that I've been working on, so much that we've been doing behind the scenes, and it's all because of one book. It's all because of one book. One singular book is a game changer and it opens up doors for you. But I love you, Tiffany. I got you. Right. But that's not all there is. Once the doors are open, once you then broadcast, Tiffany is a great example. Tiffany, with all her beauty and brilliance, all of the experience that you have, all the knowledge that you walk around with, the moment that you open up the door and are like, hey, here's my book, and I can't wait to have it in my hands, beautiful, right? She's working with one of our babes now. The moment that happens for Tiffany, we got to get you prepared. Right? We got to get you prepared because everybody's going to be able to get a book from you. They're going to be able to purchase a book from you. But there are going to be people who want coaching. There are going to be services that you're going to offer. There are going to be speaking engagements that you're going to be up for. Right? There's going to be so much more that comes as a result of this. And so to whom much is given, much is required. This work is not for the faint. I have this crazy client. Crazy lady, she was crazy. Fought me, y'all. The woman was out off her rockers. She fought me, and one of the things that she said to me, thank you, love. One of the things that she said to me was, this ain't easy. She was like, I don't know, like this, something she said, it was the way she said it too, was like in this raunchy old nasty email she sent me one day about it being hard. Like, this ain't as easy as I thought it was going to be. And I had to look the hell around. And who told you that this was going to be easy? Who lied to you, sis? Who told you that this was going to be a walk in the park? I got about 3 meetings. I've had 2 already today. I have another one with my VA this afternoon. Like, I'm constantly working. This don't, you want to make serious money, you want to live the life of freedom and independence, it takes work. It takes systems. It takes structure. It takes grind. No business is going to just poop out of nowhere, right? What do they say? Every overnight success is 5 years in the making. None of it comes just by happenstance and like accidentally you just happened to write a book and it became an amazing life-changing bestseller. Heck no. You put some time, effort, sweat, structure into that. You understand what the needs of your audience is. You've positioned yourself to be an expert to serve them. You know what products they're looking for. You know the kind of course that you can create to help them, right? You've done all of this research and work. You understand the best systems. Good morning. You understand the best platforms that they're out there to help these people. This stuff don't happen just by happenstance, y'all, this is work. This is work. So don't let anybody tell you that it's not. And again, on a personal note, I had to take some time to myself to refresh and regroup so that I could be a better Sheree, so that I can come back in fully charged, so that I could keep my cup filled, so I can continue to pour out to all of my writers in Write Your Book, Build Your Brand, to all of my bays that are in the company and the program. Good morning, Kima. I had to do this work so I could continue to be this person. It blows my mind when people are like, yeah, I want my book to change people's lives, and your lazy butt don't even want to write it. Like, what? Yes, I want to write a book that's going to bless people's lives, but I'm not sure if I would show up for these calls or not. Maybe I'm going to do this work. Maybe I'm not. I don't even. You'd be like, well, who the hell you finna help? Who life are you about to change? You don't even want to change your own life. That's another, y'all, that's a whole nother message, y'all. That's a whole nother word. You want to be life changing. You want to be a motivational speaker, but you can't motivate your damn self. Child, I need y'all to pull it together. I need y'all to pull it together. So again, my words of encouragement, my Monday shaking you up this morning is really just to say hello again. It's been some time. I miss you all so much. I am back though, back like I never left. And I'll be jumping on doing more live. So if you have questions, if there are things that you like to see, like to hear me discuss when we get on these live, by all means, drop me a DM. Let me know what's on your mind, and we'll make sure that we curate the right content to teach and be valuable to you. But I just want to shake you up a bit this morning and let you know that the work this ain't for the faint. This is not the easy one hit a quitter. Like, that's not how this goes. It's going to take effort on your part to be a life changing force. And that's what you need. You need to be strong. You need to be well equipped. You need to be investing in yourself. I am always investing in myself. You need a business coach. You need a mentor. You need a community. You need these things. Like, trying to figure this out and do this, man was not made to roam this earth alone. You are not supposed to be in these trenches by yourself, just figuring it out. So I want to just again encourage you this morning to make sure that you stay connected. If you're interested in the monthly membership that we talked about earlier, by all means, shoot me a message. We're pulling all that together to have that ready to roll out for you guys next month. And again, just stay motivated, stay the course, get the support that you need. Keep writing the right type of book. Remember, we're not talking about your whole life story. We got a specific and intentional message that we're getting out there. And we want to share valuable stuff that can help and bless other people. Good morning, Angela. Good morning. Good morning. So I hope that you all are well, that this blessed y'all this morning. I just wanted to give you a little motivation, keep you going, let you know what's going on with myself and my team, that we out here. We working every day, every single day, right? Every single Y'all, it ain't no joke. Every single day when I look at my to-do list today, I have the plan for some training. I got to schedule some stuff for some updated leads. I got to give some folks access to the curriculum. I got to follow up with 2 clients who are not doing the work they're supposed to be doing. I got to get some designs updated, and I got to get planning for my daughter's sweet 16 birthday party. This not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not for the faint. It is not for the lazy. It's not for that person who barely wants to show up and write the book in the first place. I encourage you to really spend some time with God. Ask God, what you want me to do? What do you want me to do? If he tell you like he told me, bless the people, you better buckle up. Just buckle up. Put your seatbelt on, lock in, get ready to go, because there's a lot to do and a long way to go. But you got this, as long as you stay connected, as long as you're in the right circle of people, and as long as you have what you need in the community that you're a part of, right? Making sure that you have coaches and that you are a part of a writing community. And always, as always, the Bees and I would love to welcome you to be a part of our writing community. So guys, enjoy your Monday. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. And again, if you have writing questions, drop them here, drop them on IG, drop them on Facebook, and I'll be sure to address them as we meet again. But enjoy your Monday. Stay focused. Write the book. Write the right damn book. Don't be writing Don't be writing foolishness, y'all. Write the right kind of book, okay? That's really gonna help some people. And stay the course. And again, make sure you get the right support along the journey. All right. Have an amazing Monday, gang. I love you all, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Peace out, y'all.